Good afternoon. Professor Moni Banerjee was our founder secretary, and we had the very first Moni Banerjee Memorial Lecture delivered on 13th August 2011 along with our valedictory program of Diamond Jubilee celebration of ILTA. Since then, this memorial lecture has become one of our actual annual event, like other memorial lecture of Professor B.M. Das, Sanjay Sen and Professor S.S. Datta. On this occasion, we felicitate the toppers of Diploma in Footwear, Leather Goods Technology examination from various institutes all over India, and also we hand over a scholarship to a needy and bright student of GCLT Kolkata, which is on donation given by Mrs. Chandana Banerjee, the daughter of late Professor Moni Banerjee. So every year on this date we organize this event to pay tribute to our beloved Professor Moni Banerjee, to acknowledge his immense contribution towards leather science and technology. To start with the event, we will garland the portrait of Professor Moni Banerjee. We will start with our President, Mr. Arnab. I request our Honorable Speaker to garland the portrait of Professor Moni Banerjee, Mr. Satya Narayan Maitra, and come on the dais, please. So please come on the dais. Today we have two senior members, one from USA after a long time, and another member we hardly got him, Pradip, Nath and Tapas Choudhury. I request both of them to garland the portrait of Moni Banerjee. I request the family member of Professor Moni Banerjee to garland the portrait, please. Mrs. Chandana Banerjee, Maitreyee Chatterjee, Gopal Chatterjee, please come. May I request Mr. Sathish on behalf of CLRI to honor Professor Moni Banerjee. Dr. Samir Mandal on behalf of Government College of Engineering and Leather Technology. Mr. Ramesh Rao on behalf of FDDI, Kolkata. Srimati Dabolina on behalf of CFTC, Budge, and Mr. Vivek Kumar on behalf of CFTC, Budge. CFTI Agra. Thank you, everyone. So I request our President, Mr. Arnab to welcome the today's audience before we start the event.
Mr. Narayan Maitra, Business Director, Leather Division, India of Messrs. Cromogenia, Barcelona, Spain. Mr. Susanta Mallick, General Secretary, Indian Leather Technologists Association, Executive Committee members of the association, students, colleagues, friends, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I, Arnab, cordially request you to join the 30th Professor Moni Banerjee Memorial Lecture today at Seminar Hall of Science City, followed by presentation of Professor Moni Banerjee Memorial Medal and Professor Moni Banerjee Memorial Scholarship. The title of the lecture is Challenges of the Tanners in the Changing Socio-Economic Environment. Professor Moni Banerjee, after graduating in science with distinction in the year 1942, joined Certificate of Tanning course of the Calcutta University at the Bengal Tanning Institute and passed to the final department and university certificate in 1944 and 1945 respectively, having stood first in order of merit. Then he proceeded for United Kingdom with Guru Prashanna Scholarship of the Calcutta University for higher studies in leather science. Joined the postgraduate department of the Leeds University and passed the MSc examination in the same university in 1948. Then he worked for some time under the legendary personality Dr. K.H. Gustafsson. Worked in Jilin with a fellowship from Czechoslovakia and a recipient of student fellowship from Lehigh University, USA, to work under late Professor V.M. Das, Mr. Sathish. He also helped late Professor Das in his report on the technique of leather industry in Germany in 1946, while late Professor Das was on deputation to study the same by the British government as his personal research assistant. After returning to India, he started an independent business under the name and style of Glaskid India Private Limited. But in 1949, he was persuaded by late Professor V.M. Das to join the Bengal Tanning Institute as research chemist, wherefrom he was promoted to the post of superintendent in 1951 on the retirement of late Professor V.M. Das, and in 1955 he was appointed as the superintendent cum principal, as appointed by principal in 1958 till the last day of his service. He was a member of the Senate and Academic Council of Calcutta University, Secretary Eastern Region of the Association of Principals of Technical Education, member of Calcutta Productivity Council, member of the Leather Sectional Committee of Bureau of Indian Standard, and he was also the convener member of the 4th 5-year plan of CSIR working group and founder member of ILTA. He was the first General Secretary of the ILTA. Professor Moni Banerjee was unique of dominating a gathering. He was sparingly in his criticism and delivers his addresses with conviction, force and facts. He was a leader in every sense who can talk to the ministers even and the highest levels of the government. He was also an active Rotarian and social worker. Mr. Banerjee was always in favor of upgradation of the academic courses in science and technology, and hence it is assumed that the lecture program today is absolutely on the contemporary subject, and we all will enjoy the lecture in this evening. Once again, thanks. Welcome to you all.
Now we are going to announce the name of the award winners from different institutes throughout India, and I request our President and Honorable Speaker to join to hand over the awards to the recipient. So may I request Mr. Vivek Kumar, the topper, Diploma in Footwear Manufacture and Design Examination, 2023, CFTI Agra, UP. Mr. Vivek, please come on the dais. I request our President, Mr. Jha, Miss Ritu Gupta, the topper in Bachelor in Design in Footwear Design and Production Examination 2023 from FDDI West Bengal. I think Ritu Gupta is not able to come today due to sudden death of her grandfather. So we will send her awards to her house or to the institute. Mr. Ramesh Shahu, can you please accept the award on behalf of her? I request our Honorable Speaker, Mr. Maitra, to hand over, please. Now, another topper, Miss Anchita Ghosh, topper in Bachelor in Design in Leather Goods and Accessories Design Examination 2023 from FDDI West Bengal. I request our President Mr. Jha to hand over the award and the certificate, please. Mr. Prosenjit Mandal, the topper, Diploma in Footwear Technology Examination 2023 from CFTC Budge, West Bengal. May I request our Speaker Mr. Maitra to hand over, please. Miss Moni Banerjee, the topper in Bachelor in Design in Fashion Designing Examination 2023 from FDDI West Bengal. I request our President Mr. Jha to hand over the award, please. Miss Dabolina Ghara, may I request you to come on the dais. You are topper in Diploma in Leather Goods Technology Examination 2023 from CFTC Budge, West Bengal. I request our Speaker, Mr. Maitra, to hand over. And the last one is Mr. Ankon Maiti, the student of BTech Leather Technology of GCELT, Kolkata, nominated by a committee consisting of 3 members, Professor Dr. Sanjay Chakraborty, is the principal of GCELT, Susanta Mallick, General Secretary ILTA, and Mr. Chandana Banerjee Sarkar, the daughter of late Professor Moni Banerjee. It is a scholarship in the name of Professor Moni Banerjee, Memorial Scholarship for 2023-24, and Mr. Maitra is the recipient. Please. I request our President, Mr. Jha, and if you want to join, please. I'll request Mr. Maitra to speak few words on his project.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Maitra. I am studying in MTech in Data Technology from the Government College of Engineering and Data Technology. I have undergone my project work. My project topic is the dichromate reduction via non-reducing agent, a novel approach to chrome tanning. Guidance of the Dr. Sanjay Chakraborty. In our project, we have tried to develop a new dimension of the chrome tanning technology, which is totally different from the conventional basic chromium sulfate manufacturing technology here. My aim is to reduce the overall pollutional load of the beam house process and try to open different avenue of chromium tanning. Here we have converted the delaminate plate into wet blue without going through the pickling operation, which is in other way reduce the total production of cost of final leather. And a low chromium 6 generation is considered an eco-friendly process due to the prevent the affecting the human health risks and reduce the impact the environment. Industry adopting this is the practices the contribute the healthier planet and demonstrate commitment, environmental responsibility. I will try the whole effort this work. Thanks everyone.
So now let's go to the main chapter of this event, that is the memorial lecture will be delivered by our honorable speaker. He is the student of our college, Mr. Narayan Maitra, on a very interesting subject. Before that, I request our President to introduce the honorable speaker, and before that also I request our President to honor to honorable speaker with the flower bouquet and the shawl. May I request our Vice President, Mr. Asit Kanungo, to join in this honor ceremony.
Mr. Narayan Maitra. Mr. Maitra completed graduation from College of Leather Technology in 1988 and he was second of gold medalist. After that he joined in the leather industry but continued his passion towards studying and finished his PGD-MM, postgraduate diploma in marketing management, and PGD-FM, postgraduate diploma in financial management, and MA in public administration from Anna University. He was also a postgraduate diploma on export promotion management, and postgraduate diploma in business and corporate law from SCDL. After a couple of years in the production section of tannery in Kolkata, he joined BASF India Limited, Mumbai. After having training in application and testing of leather chemicals, he was responsible for DICE promotion in South India and gradually promoted to regional manager for South India. After that, he joined in Stal India as business development manager and started their weight end process in India and Bangladesh. He extensively traveled in India and Bangladesh. After working in Stal for 20 years, joined in Chromogenia to start their business and local production in India and Bangladesh. Currently working with the Unit Chemical India Private Limited, subsidiary of Chromogenia Spain, as business director. Mr. Maitra is young guest with the industry since 1988. Also, he is the life member of our association. This is enough. His main apathy for chemistry of leather is no way lesser than the other that which has been propagated more, the PGD, etc. But now he is all square, to my opinion. Anyway, we are happy and lucky that we have got him today to deliver the lecture and to the most required subject on leather science and technology. Thank you. I think.
At the outset, I would like to thank ILTA for giving me this opportunity to present this burning topic, and thanks to Mr. Arnab, President ILTA, Mr. Susanta Mallick, and all my friends, seniors from leather fraternity. In short, people on the dais and off the dais. Now, my topic, I was just thinking when they told me to give a presentation, so I was just thinking that many people are telling that leather industry is a sunset industry now. Partly true, partly not, but definitely as a leather technologist, we will not expect that this industry should go to the dogs. So I thought that I will give a short presentation. Many students are here, I can see. They can make it more interesting by interacting with me. So I thought that the burning topic is these challenges of the tanners in the changing socio-economic environment. Now, I will describe what are the challenges during presentation and what is the changing socio-economic environment. Now, when you talk about socio-economic environment, we come across with this word sustainability. Now, this word I am hearing for last definitely 20-30 years, but before that also, maybe 100 years before also people were talking about sustainability. Now, sustainable development can be defined as an approach to the economic development of the country without compromising with the quality of environment for future generations. This is a definition. We should not do anything which affect our future generation. They should comfortably live in this world. In the name of economic development, the price of environmental damage is paid in the form of land degradation, soil erosion, air, water pollution, deforestation, etc. I will also give some data without which this presentation will be incomplete about the challenges of sustainability the world faced and what we are doing to tide it over. Now, the damage may surpass the advantage of having more quality output of goods and services. That means economic activity is not very important. Economic development is very important. So, I am stressing to this, but there are pillars, 3 pillars of sustainability. Like in marketing management, 3 P's are important. So I have put here 3 P's. One is people, one is profit, one is planet. People means social, social responsibility of sustainability, sustainable innovation. Profit means economic aspects, and planet means environmental aspects. Now, it is like a stool, with 3 legs. If one leg is short, the stool is not stable. So, the 3 pillars of sustainability are the environment, social, and economy. Those were first mentioned by Bundestag report in 1987. Now, as I told, these are built on 3 pillars. Now, again, I will go back in the context of the leather industry, because this sustainability is a problem for all the industries. So more than theoretical things, I will just, touch upon some important, facts of leather industry. Now, if you see, global leather production is 20 to 23 billion square feet. In India, it is something like 2 billion, so just 10%. In this 10% leather production, drainage is Calcutta's industrial gloving production, which is something like 1,560 square feet in a year, and in Kanpur, furniture upholstery leather, which is something like 3,000 lakh square feet. This is just drainage of national wealth. I will come back why. Now, these 25 to 30% of the leather productions, we are selling just at throwaway price, 40 cents in Kanpur and maybe 17 cents in Calcutta, which is nothing when you think leather is a protein. And again, we criticize, mainly the tanners are criticizing, or they are thinking, not criticizing, that artificial leather, everybody has started using artificial leather. Nobody is liking leather. Now, artificial leather business definitely growing up. PU business is definitely growing up for different reasons. New generations are not liking. They wanted to change their footwear very often. They are very light, so on and so forth. But why? Why the young generation are not liking leather? We should think. And why even the society is perceiving leather industry as a polluting industry. Now, if you see leather industry, definitely, I don't see any growth of leather industry globally. Practically, it is declining. And the raw materials are being used for some other industry, like gelatin industry and protein hydrolyzed industries. And that industry CAGR is something like 8 to 10%. So, one side, leather industry is declining. Another side, these kind of industries are coming up. Now, what we can do? Again, sustainability is built on 3 pillars. First, I am just talking about the economy. If a tanner is not profitable, if the country's economy is not growing on a long-term basis, not a short-term basis, then definitely the industry will die down. So, what we can do, we are only talking, but as a tanner, what we can suggest? Like this buffalo furniture upholstery, it is sold at 40 cents, nothing. China is buying and making different kinds of leather goods, footwear. Why not we add value to this? In Kanpur, in my estimate, around 10 lakh pieces of buffalo is available. How much? 10 lakh pieces. One buffalo is 40 square feet. That means 4 crores or 4.5 crores of square feet buffalo is available in Kanpur, and maybe 50% is being converted into safety footwear and 50% is upholstery. Okay, harness and belting leather is also there. I am not going into that detail. But furniture upholstery price, you see, this is a cross price. Finish maybe another 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents more. So 60 cents is nothing. And Even these shoes in Kanpur also around 70,000 safety shoes are made in a day. And if you really check the cost, it may be $12, $13 a pair, which is nothing. So why not we convert these into fashionable articles? Fashion shoes, it is attracting $20. Automotive upholstery, it can earn 10 times more price than this furniture upholstery. Now I will talk about that also. Why not? Because people are thinking in a different way. In Calcutta, 17 cents, this gloving, which is nothing. Now globally, if we really look at 20 billion pairs of footwear is being manufactured, minimum 20 to 25 billion pair. Now leather is only 5 billion and it is coming down. Gradually it is coming down, 5 billion pair I mean. So some people are telling that okay, people are choosing synthetics over leather. One thing we should keep in our mind, that leather supply is defined. 20 billion square feet leather means it cannot go up to 30 billion, 40 billion. Synthetic, any quantity, because synthetically manufactured. So if we really add the value of the leather, value of the article, then definitely, and if we attract young generations that they should like leather, I don't think leather industry is having competition from non-leather industry. It can never happen because the supply is defined. So there are some USPs. We all know what are those USPs. Durability, cleanability, durability over all this PVC and PU. Durability is also linked with sustainability, what I will mention, because suppose if this is glass, suppose it takes 1 lakh year to get biodegraded. If this is made out of leaf, so if it is made out of leaf, it may last maybe 6 months. If it is made of glass, although the degradation time is long, the carbon footprint, because this has to be made how many times? Every 6 months we have to make this. And if we really calculate the carbon footprint, it is not a sustainable way, So sometimes we are confused about, biodegradability, etc., but not important. This durability is, we should link with sustainability. So I will touch upon that point. Apart from this shape retention, permeability, comfort, insulation, definitely non-leather I hear it is permeable, shape retention is good, but I don't see any paper, about the permeability. They are just talking because all big giants are there in non-leather industry. They are just telling this, that this is also permeable, shape retention properties like leather, but I really do not believe it, So products, machines and structures that must be durable to be sustainable. Again I am telling you, sustainability and durability seem like separate concepts, but they are strongly linked. When things last longer, they use, as I was telling, fewer resources and energy, thus creating less strain on the environment. I think this is a very, very vital point we should talk about, and we should announce about this leather industry. Nowadays I see many papers, written by people in non-leather industry, that they are talking about this carbon footprint. Leather industry, it throws a lot of carbon footprint. Is it so? No. most of the carbon footprint, you know, the methane, nitrous oxide and carbon dioxide, although the cattle is producing 15% of the global greenhouse gas emissions, higher than all transportation system combined. They are telling like this, just to intimidate people. But animals are not grown to make leather. So leather industry cannot take the responsibility of leather farming. We should tell this, that leather industry cannot take this load. If we talk about sustainability, we should not use fossil fuel derived material to make it eco-friendly. Sustainable leather alternative. No, because non-leather is made out of this fossil fuel. So it cannot be leather alternative. Leather, 90% is biodegradable. It is just, matrix is just from the animal skin. 10% maybe we use chemicals which may be biodegradable, may not be biodegradable. Many chemical companies are trying to make a little bit biomass component more in their products, and maybe for, you know, for marketing gimmick. But in general, you know, leave apart that portion, 90% leather is biodegradable. Non-leather, 100% is not biodegradable. Okay, everybody knows leather is a byproduct of meat industry and biodegradable. Now again, historically, if we really look at, leather is considered luxury product. We should, you know, we should tell our younger generation that this is luxury product and we cannot supply infinite amount. The supply is limited in this world. Now again, in these three pillars, economic value, let me you know, discuss the economic value first, because you know, any business people like to make money. If they don't make money, social things and environmental things is immaterial for them. Now, how to create economic value? Again, I am telling you, value addition and upgradation. Research organizations, I see you know, many surface coating industries, they are working very hard to cover up the surface defects and all, because the surface coating industry is a big industry, $2 trillion industry. Leather industry is nothing, you know. So, but leather industry, I don't see uses of this kind of auxiliaries. For instance, you know, nanopigment. I don't see much use in nanopigment. And again, challenges of the tanners. Hello? Hello? And the challenges of the tanner? Even nanopigment is going to get banned. It is not environmentally friendly. Water use. 1 kilo leather, we know 20 to 30 kgs of water it is consuming. So definitely water use to be controlled. Efficient chemical process, choice of right chemicals. We spend a lot of time, don't use this chemical, that chemical and all. Energy management, we are not paying much interest on energy management. Efficient use of industry, energy, okay, efficient use of chemical we talk about, but efficient of uses of energy we are not talking about. Then corporate and social responsibilities. National and international accreditation scheme, education and training, safety, health, environment, right of workers, respect of religious beliefs, respect and care of women, communication, etc., etc. This is social responsibility in general. Now, if we meet up this, definitely the products will be sold in the world market is a much better price. Then in between, I just wanted to touch upon this point, strength, opportunity, strength, weakness, opportunity and threat of leather industry. Because I see young generation is not interested, they are not putting up any new tannery, they don't want to be associated with the industry. But in Indian context, I see leather industry is not a sunset industry. The strengths are India is having knowledge about global market and product development. I see Indians, they really travel a lot and they have a knowledge about global market. So the whole market is there with us. Strong R&D base and talent. Nobody can deny this. Global presence, livestock population, manpower, and known as manufacturer and hub of many industries. Leather industry, whatever dyes are produced, most of the dyes are from India. You know, even I can tell you the syntax also India will be a big hub. And less overhead, you know. And weakness is definitely to attract brands. Many brands are not coming to India because infrastructure is not well developed. To set up proper infrastructure in India, we have to set up big scale tanneries, you know, like in China and all, big tanneries are there. In India, big tanneries are not there, so brands are not very confident. To build up confidence and regain images, less technical stuff are coming. I don't see young generation, good students are not coming in leather industry. Entrepreneurs are not also coming, as I mentioned. Quality, compliance, delivery schedule to improve. We know our delivery schedule is very bad. Now what are the opportunities? This is very, very important. Many countries are losing interest in manufacturing leather. They wanted to come to India and we have to attract them. Growing domestic market. This is another big thing. The way India is growing, 7%, 8% GDP rate. So definitely more and more people will buy leather articles. I see many brands, you know, they are selling a lot in India now. Disposable income, prices can be attractive, technology transfer to India will help the business to go. Many companies are, you know, doing this. Good business environment in general, you know, it is coming up in India. Shifting of leather production from China. If India is producing 2 billion, China is producing 10 million square feet. So if 10% leather production is coming to India, we will have a very good days. Now threats. Overall leather industry is not growing, as I told you. International uncertainty, substitution of leather, decision making as to how much to invest. This is a big problem because leather industry, normally the payback period is long, pretty long. You know, if somebody is investing in a tannery, in a leather goods or in a chemical company, he cannot expect profit or break even in a couple of years' time. It's a big tannery, big unit. So, profitability, especially, you know, even in leather and leather chemicals, you know, young generation is thinking that definitely the EBITDA should be 15%, 20%, other industries are doing, why I invest in the leather industry? You know, this is another problem. Now, is this the responsibility of only few organizations? No, it is the responsibility of so many organizations. Civil society organization, academic and research organization, government agencies and department, even citizen forum, you know, formal learning institutions such as schools, okay, of course business, industry. So everybody should involve for this sustainability, economy, social and environment. If suppose we are talking about hazardous chemicals, government also should make rules and regulations that hazardous chemical cannot enter into the leather complex. Lime, when it is entering, it has to be such and such specification, available lime quantity should be more. Sentence, when it is entering, the organic content should be more. Otherwise what is happening, a lot of shit is going along with the effluent and increasing the effluent load. So the responsibility is for everybody, you know, then only it will be successful. these best practices such as engaging a variety of the stakeholders and mapping impact pathways can help companies more access to social performance. If we wanted to make the environment clean and to focus on social aspects, like I will come in my next slide, like overall improvement of the workers, then definitely involvement of all the stakeholders are must. Now I will just touch upon this society, what we can do, because sometimes we neglect society. What we define as social change is a collective movement of vast number of people who are striving to satisfy their evolving hierarchies of needs. In general, we talk about social welfare, health, education, equity, women empowerment, decision making, their participation, and so on and so forth. Long back, in order to cover all these things, I think Maslow's law of hierarchy is relevant to this. What he stated is, any human being, their physical needs to be fulfilled first. This is the motive, the motivation of human being. When this physical needs like food, shelter, clothing, sex, all these things are fulfilled, then the security, this need is coming. People should be secure, safety should be there in the factory, etc. Then social needs, people should have quality time, workers should have quality time, they should spend quality time with their family, with the society. Then comes, of course, ego needs, and last is self-actualization needs, where I've come from. This is a general hierarchy of needs of human being. So definitely all these needs to be addressed. Otherwise, only economic activity will not help to this world. We are often forgetting these social needs. Then, sometimes people are telling why I should pay attention to the society, but without paying attention to the society, the productivity will be poor, very, very poor. Like if worker is not trained, his productivity will be poor. If the environment is polluted, people will come and close the factory. So these are the things, So marketers need to identify, measure and deliver social value through a product or services. When they are exporting the product or services, they are sending a signal that yes, we are doing all these things, we are taking care of the society. Now I will come to as a leather technologies, definitely we will come to this, how we can take care of the environment. Now, there is a very favorite, chapter for me in chemistry, this atom economy. 100 kgs wet salted heights and scale, 35 kgs chemical normally, if we use, we get only 25 kilo of leather, We all know this, only 25 kilo of leather we get. And you see the wastage, 100 kilos, of course 10 kg speed we get. Normally atom economy is, these are the reactant, these are the products. Now if the reactants are 100 kgs and the products are 100 kgs, atom economy is 100%. But if the reactant is 100 and the product is 10, atom economy is very, very poor. So in leather industry, you see this atom economy is very, very poor. 100 kilos, these hides and 35 kgs chemicals. If we get 135 kgs leather, fantastic. Even little less, fantastic. But we get how much leather? 25 kilos leather and maybe 10 kgs spit. So the efficiency of a chemical reaction, should be to get more atom economy. The leather processing also should be in such a way that the waste should not be much. If you see, here I put 100%, here 0%. Normally, addition reaction, it gives 100%. Substitution reaction, it gives much lower economy. So, in leather also, the substrate should attract the leather chemical in such a way, or the leather chemical should be fixed onto the protein in such a way that there will be as less as possible waste. So we all know the charge concept. I think if you go through this, I think leather manufacturing would be much more efficient as far as atom economy is concerned. Now, environmental compliance, definitely waste and water management is important. Reduce emission, again carbon footprint. So emissions are coming because of uses a lot of energy, volatile organic component emission, like in finishing we use a lot of solvents. Energy efficiency, nowadays I see it is a big problem because tanneries who are having a big vacuum dryer, sometimes when they are carrying out less leather production, it is a definitely big waste. Then water-based system, most of the finishing chemicals, solvents, polar solvents maybe people are using. I will touch upon some points because tanners are also facing some problem with this. Suppose, okay, in this context I'll just tell, suppose migration of dyes. Migration of the dyes onto PVC or onto lacquer coat. This is a common problem. We see dyes which are having polarity is not migrating or very less migrating. Dyes which are not having polarity, that is migrating. But dyes which are having polarity are giving less wet draft fastness. So these are the problem of the tanners. Buyers are asking more stringent specifications, and research organizations, colleges, chemical companies sometimes cannot give proper answer. Why I am mentioning? Because in my title, challenges faced by the tanners with this kind of rules and legislation. Then, product innovation, recycling, chemical responsibility. So these are the environmental compliance which most of us know. Now what we talk in general, that in order to reduce the toxicology footprint, water footprint, resource footprint, carbon footprint, etc. Okay, use environmentally friendly substances, which is very common nowadays, every chemical company is having. Improve process efficiency. Now here also I don't know whether tanners are changing, rationalizing leather processing, reduce emission at source, should balance these three, waste to be converted to value added products. These also tanners can do, and I can tell you, when I travel like in Kanpur or in Ranipet or in Erode, I see many tanners have started manufacturing gelatin because that is giving them better money. And I was just calculating, this is a danger for leather industry also. Normally edible gelatin price is 800 rupees, 1000 rupees a kilo. Now they are selling at maybe 50, 60, 70 rupees a kilo. But they are developing, because they are new manufacturer, they are developing this gelatin to better quality. Now suppose a hide, 30 kilos hide. 30 kilos hide, what will be the price? Maybe 70 rupees, 2000 rupees. 30 kilos of hides, I calculated 10 kilo gelatin they can make. So even if they sell at 50 rupees, they are surpassing the profit which they could made in leather industry. This very big problem is coming for the leather industry if we cannot develop this industry. And this gelatin also, the CAGR is 8 to 10%. Present generation, they all like gelatin on the food. You know, ice cream or different kinds of chocolates, or it is making the food attractive. In many countries, we all know they are making this leather as a food additive. In Indonesia, these chips are very, very famous. So what is the direction? 10 years before, the leather production was something like 25 billion square feet. Now I don't think it is more than 20 billion square feet. You know, so definitely low-end leather will be converted into all these kind of products. Gelatin, peptides, hydrolyzers, and so on and so forth. See, interesting thing, it is my view, I see, suppose right now, raw material prices are going up, but leather industry, leather orders are not going up. Leather orders are very, very bad. So maybe, and many people have started making these gelatins in the market. So maybe more and more people are making gelatins. The demand from those kind of industries are much more. So this is really a challenging thing for the tanner. If you see last 20 years, leather prices have not gone up. It was continuously coming down. How did the tanner survive? Because the raw material prices are less, although the chemical prices are going up, energy prices are going up, labor prices are going up, but as raw material prices were less, they could survive. But now, with this kind of prices, and if the raw material prices are going up, really, I really do not know. And hence, we should increase, we should change the perception, we should increase the value of leather. We should really tell the plus points of leather. So these are also, in most of the cases, I see challenges for the tanners. Some of the things, like in last 10-15 years, we talk about these nonylene phenyl, short chain chlorinated paraffin, formaldehyde, heavy metals, leachable chrome, dimethyl fumarate, boric acid, azo-dyes, continuously all these things are getting banned. Recently we talk about, suppose, bisphenol. Bisphenol mainly used in polycarbonate industry. I have seen many polycarbonate specialists, they are telling polycarbonate without bisphenol is not possible, because the bisphenol is only making this hard as well as transparent. Now in leather industry, if we look back, when Sintan was developed with phenol, formaldehyde, sulfonated, product, the leather was very empty, softness was less, etc. Then the second generation Sintan came, we added some more urea, and then we got a little bit softness, much better, leathery characteristics. And then, customers were demanding light fastness, heat fastness, and eventually we condensed with bisphenol, diphenyl dihydroxysulfone. And definitely you are getting all these properties. Now again going back, sulfone is getting banned, bisphenol is getting banned. So what chemical companies are doing? They are again going back to phenol, formaldehyde condensation. Maybe they are, stoichiometrically they are adjusting in such a way that residual phenol is less, residual formaldehyde is, but will you get very good characteristics, properties, what we used to get from bisphenol? I don't know, maybe we'll get, someday chemical companies will make it. But again, the building block is the same, phenol naphthalene, which is also harmful to the industry. So leather industry is working in a very smart way, not in a very wise way. We should change the building block of the sentence. We are playing old wine in new bottles, little bit there we are modifying and all, which is a problem with the tanners. I don't know, in order to make a white leather, if a tanner needs light fastness 5, whether we can get with this, phenol sulfonic acid? Ideally do not know, maybe we'll get, but it is a challenging thing, or very good tightness. So, this is a problem, Tanners are also having problem with this kind of changes which nobody is addressing. People who are involved with the theory, they can tell so many theories, but they cannot go back and make leather. I see, okay. So this is another thing, water footprint. 60 to 70% waterborne emission are generated in the production of leather from the beam house. We all know, but nobody is changing beam house. Same thing is going on, soaking, liming, deliming, pickling, tanning. Chemical companies, they are telling don't do deliming with ammonium salts, do with this, charging more, and so on and so forth. But we need to change the process. Here, enzymology should come. We should use a lot of enzymes here, right from protease, lactase, different kinds of enzymes in liming as well as in beating. We are not doing this. Okay, there are challenges, housekeeping challenges. Tanneries are not a good place to keep enzymatic products. But when a tannery is becoming organized, I think they can store all these things properly. In beam house, definitely enzyme is the answer for soaking, liming, tanning. Chrome is getting banned. More and more chrome-free leather is coming to this world. But chrome-free leather, it is not like chrome leather. Whatever you talk about, it can be aldehyde, it can be phosphonium salt, it can be some different kinds of molecules. No, it is not. As far as even light fastness, his heat resistance is concerned, no. It is getting loose. So, till date, no. And again, steel industry, it is using 20% chrome. World chrome, steel industry is using. But steel industry is inevitable industry, indispensable industry. So they cannot put a lot of things. When steel is being welded, they are telling that, at high temperature chrome cyst can be created, but when steel is welded, high temperature can also kill the worker, So these are the problem. Definitely leather industry is facing. Without chrome, but definitely if the world demands that, we have to make the leather chrome free. There is no other go. So in order to increase the value, what tanners have to do, they have to definitely use more and more polymer based products without bisphenol, good light fastness, heat resistance, maybe polymer based softening agents are also coming. There is a future, and they can get much speed generation also. So more and more things, microcapsules, for the upgradation. So definitely, upgradation is made to create the fashion, because if they create fashion, leather industry is a fashion industry. If they create fashion, new generation also will pay the price. Now, the success factor is definitely best available technology and, and relevant know-how. Again, cost optimization, products, all these products should have good stability profile and wider compatibility system that will reduce the processing time. Multifunctional products are good. Possibility to customize as far as specific article requirement, reduce process time, less inventory, saving energy cost, simpler process control. So these are the different dimensions. Our process cost can come down and the tanners can demand better prices. Now the last operation is finishing. Now as I told, most surface coatings are based on synthetic polymers, industrially produced and form a tough durable films when applied to the surface. Chemical coating should be high performance specialty coating that can resist corrosive acids, alkalis, solvent and at various temperature. Now I see in leather industry is a fashion industry. Sometimes I should see people are doing finishing. No, I don't need fastness properties. Leather for the time being should look very good. Leather industry is getting a bad name for this also, I'm telling you. You know, a normal buyer is buying the leather and after some time they see socks are getting colored and so on and so forth. No, I think we should make performance leather. Okay, it can be a fashion leather, but definitely performance leather. Then lifespan will be more, and I can see a lot of scope in aviation industry where cleaning is required. This kind of non-leather cannot be cleaned so often, but leather can be cleaned. Resistant to wear, abrasion and impact, long performance history, superior bond strength and adhesion. All the finishing products should have this. Compliance, of course, to create a clean and friendly environment for finishing. Proper application technique. Sometimes the application technique is not proper. A lot of products are going in the air, and that is not also good. So in my short time, I am giving this presentation. Some of the things are my personal views, some of the things I got from different journals. So I feel that sustainability, definitely we cannot disobey. We have to be compliant with the rules and regulations. But again, we have to think within this framework how we can add values to our products to make more money, address our society, and of course long-term prosperity, taking care of responsible use of natural resources. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. Yeah.
To me, we have been doing it for last 50 years. There is nothing new I have seen that we have said what we have not done in last 50 years. Number two, it's a bit boring to me. Foreign people who have come new to the industry, it's okay. For people like us who have been working with this for 50 years, nothing new I see. Whether you talk in gelatin, whether you are talking about use of enzymes, these are all old things. These are started 20 years back. What is that you are talking about new?
No, I am not talking about anything new because, sorry.
I didn't get anything that should be an interesting for people who are in that industry also. Industry does three things. Number one, means. Number two, and the third one is the sustainability. If you do not have these three, no matter how much club doesn't make it. Or when you are talking about chrome-free leather, it's come 30 years to that way. People are buying it. Maybe in a smaller quantity, but that's going on. So what is the new we are talking about? When you are talking about cost utilization, that's more about 50 years now. Unless you have a cost unless you have finished migration of dye, migration of liquids, migration of different chemicals, it's a regular process. It's coming, going, but the buyer wants no migration. That's it. Whether you want to compromise with the migration and still make the price, to be nothing new. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to answer your question, I am just talking about relevance of sustainability in the changing socio-economic circumstances. Chrome tan leather, not 50 years. We have been making chrome tan leather in 100 years.
No, I'm talking about last 50 years.
Whatever it may be. Now buyers are telling chrome-free leather. Buyers are asking chrome-free leather.
Yeah, it's getting made. It's being sold.
But it is being sold, but buyers are complaining that they are not happy with this kind of leather.
Who says? If you want to sell a leather, you have to do it what buyer wants.
That's what I'm telling. Buyers keep on criticizing that the leather is not full, leather is loose. We are having a lot of problem with the shoemaking. Light fastness is good.
That's gone.
Chrome-free
You
leather.
have come to some other stage now.
What
If
stage?
you are asking for chrome-free leather, you have a chrome-free leather. You have, if you want a white leather without using glutaraldehyd and all those chemicals, it's available.
Sir, glutaraldehyde is also getting banned. That is my presentation. Glutaraldehyde is also getting banned again.
It's okay, but the requirement is a very little quantity. It's not like a chrome leather sells 100 per 2,000 per 2. It sells 10 square feet, 10 square feet, 15 square feet. Same way the chrome free. It's selling 15, 20 square feet. Whereas chrome leather is selling 2,000 feet. So it's immaterial. What the buyer wants, we have to get. That's simple.
Many a times a tanner failed to deliver that. That was the thing I was.
That's the challenge.
That is the topic. That is the topic of my this thing.
Yeah,
You know,
that's 30 years old story. Not of today's story.
bisphenol. It was not there before 30 years. It is a recent story. You know,
Phenols are not big. Phenols are big.
I'm talking about bisphenol. There is a difference between phenol and bisphenol. You know.
The different compound.
It's okay. But you are talking about gelatin. Gelatins are coming out of the pressures of the rawhides. That
Hello.
a long time back. The glues and other thing is getting made 40 years back from the pressures of the rawhides.
Hello.
Leather-
Sir, please.
Anyway,
Wait.
No.
No. We have to arrange again once debate on this subject. It's important. But today it's not possible such a easy finalization. So one day again we'll arrange for this type of discussion.
The days have changed. The
That
people
day-
are changing. And people are also doing it. Same thing what is required by the buyer. Three things you need, economy and your sustainability. These are the three things on which everybody is working. And the industry has to grow only on that.
There are a lot of things on this subject also. Because if you go for shoe, then we'll discuss that something else will come out. Anyway, thank you for discussion. I also give thanks to our speaker, Mr. And I request Mr. Susanta Mallick, General Secretary, to honor my memento.
Thank you. Thank you.
May I request Mr. Mallick once again to propose vote of thanks for today's meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Maitra, for delivering the interesting Moni Banerjee Memorial Lecture. On behalf of Indian Leather Technologies Association, I express my heartfelt thanks to the dignitaries, guests, members present, and particularly our Honorable Speaker, Mr. Maitra, for delivering the interesting lecture today. Our association will remain grateful to the Honorable Speaker. We would like to express our appreciation to the award winners today, and our association wishes a bright future for all of you. Our sincere thanks to the members, faculties and students of GCLT, CFTC, FDDI, CFTI and the dignitaries from CLRI Regional Center and the industry for your kind presence today. Our sincere thanks to the family of Professor Moni Banerjee for their kind presence every year on this occasion, and especially to Mrs. Chandana Banerjee for her contribution towards the scholarship given today. I, on behalf of our association, would also like to thank the Science City Authority for their support and logistical facilities for successful organizing this event. I once again thank you all very much and invite all of you to join the high tea just outside the hall. Thank you very much.